God, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Do it! Shut up!
These motherfuckers.
I believe his exit was Uzbeki.
I'm going upstairs to visit Parker Bryson.
Two best friends just blowing out, talking about what's going on. We might talk about politics or what I bought off Amazon. It's bottle up and explode. Yeah! Woo! Fuck yeah! It's bottle up and explode.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bottle Up and Explode with Bryson and Michael. I'm Bryson.
I'm Michael.
And Michael, we are here getting ready to record episode 2 of Bottle Up and Explode. How do you feel now that episode 1 is out there for the world?
Well, I gotta be honest with you. I don't know how to feel. I'm all shook up.
You're all shook up?
I'm all shook.
Is the fame going to your head?
It has. I honestly had somebody reach out to me the other day and say, hey. And that's it. They just said hello. They were just asking how it was.
Well, what it is, I mean, what's crazy about it to me is we set up our account on Anchor. We got our email address. We did all the things. We recorded the episode. We edited it. And then when we went to upload it, that shit went to Spotify in like 5 minutes. I don't know if they gave us some sort of Joe Rogan Spotify deal.
I don't know.
But that shit went straight to Spotify.
Maybe they gave us the Stranger Things deal.
Is that what it is?
That's
they
it.
They knew that you were on Stranger Things?
They were like, that guy was a 7-Eleven cashier on Stranger Things. Straight to Spotify.
Straight to Spotify.
Joe Rogan treatment.
Joe Rogan probably personally reviewed it and put it on there.
He was like, "Oh my god!" That's a terrible Joe Rogan. I'm not good with impressions.
He was like, "Hey man, you ever done DMT?" So
he always asks that question.
He does. He asked that, and then he asked people about what would win in a fight, gorillas or other animals. But you know, we're not here to talk about what Joe Rogan talks about. We're here to talk about what we talk about. And the biggest thing that we're here to talk about is, God damn, we've been busy, Michael.
We've been so busy. Like last week we were talking about, God, quarantine's driving me crazy. If I don't get something to do, I'm going to kill myself. God, now I'm doing so much. God, now I'm doing so much, I just also want to kill myself. God damn.
Oh my God.
I woke up, these past 2 days have been my days off, and I had to wake up earlier than I do before work, and I worked longer than I usually do in a shift. And I'm like, what kind of day off is this?
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
So I had several days off last week. So we were up here day after day, like filming videos. I was at rehearsal for other shows, editing this, fucking trying to get the song recorded. We were up here just doing shit all fucking week. And now that I went back to work this week, I'm fucking slab knackered. I'm
tired.
I am, dude.
I'm exhausted. Work's been too much. It's just been too much. I mean, I just want to make making videos my full-time job. You know, like any normal teenager.
Yes.
That's a realistic job now. It's like, what do you want to do? I want to make videos on YouTube. It's like, God damn. It's like, could you imagine, like if when we were kids, if we were like, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be work at a bank. And then someone's like, I want to make videos on the internet.
On a website that doesn't exist yet. But will one day grow into the largest online media sharing platform in existence.
I mean, some would say that's what acting is, but no. You don't see their real life. I mean, you do, but not like, hey, here's 24 access to my real, actual life. God. Nah, I don't want that.
That'd be fucking nuts. Hey, you know what Twitch is, right? How to go
yes, it's a gaming.
It's like gaming live streaming, right?
Sure.
Okay. So it actually started as a thing called Justin TV, and it was literally just like a website that had one camera feed, and it was this dude Justin fucking walking around with a GoPro strapped to him 24/7, and that shit stayed live. And then the people that were running that were like, God damn, this shit is fucking exhausting to make, and we're not getting a lot of traction. So they allowed other people in, and then blah 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 blah. It evolved into Twitch.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So Michael, we were talking about how we've been really busy this week.
Yeah.
We've been
dude, we've been fighting, dude.
Yeah.
Well, not. No, not.
I wouldn't call it fighting, but we've been perturbed a bit. We've been
We've
perturbed.
been bottling up and exploding, if you will.
Yeah.
No, so I have this weird thing, and you kind of called me out on it. And I was like, I think you asked me. Did you ask me straight up? Like, are you scared? Like,
I probably said something like that. And here's the thing: when I said it, I probably like in my head, I probably wasn't even like psychoanalyzing. I was probably just talking shit.
let's go back to what you said.
Okay.
You were like, so we button heads, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Hey, man, I love you. I'm sorry. I love you. Hey, and then you're like,
that's what it was. You kept
Yeah.
saying I love you or like apologizing every time we butt heads. I was like, why the fuck do you keep doing that? Like you think I'm like gonna hate you because we had a slight disagreement.
And then I was like, actually, I do think that. I really do think if I piss you off enough, you're gonna abandon me. I mean, that's just life.
I might.
But I was just like, these are little things that we're just having disagreements. It's not like I'm pissing you off or doing anything like catastrophic. It's just disagreements we have about projects. And then I'm like, oh my God, if we have too many disagreements about these projects, he'll never want to be my friend
He's
anymore.
gonna get Jeff Mastromonaco to make a new fucking logo. And he's gonna do the show with someone else.
It's not going to be my face. So we're working on these projects, and we have these slight disagreements, and I'm just scared to butt heads with you because I'm like, God, if we have enough of these little disagreements, you'll be like, you know what, fuck you. You're an asshole.
I guess that's where like our differing and like thought processi comes into play. Is that I don't think about it like that. Like, because I have disagreements with you, I have disagreements with all my friends, I have disagreements with my family, and all of those through all of those, I managed to maintain a healthy amount of love and respect. So I don't know what your fucking goddamn problem is, you massive pussy that you think I'm
You asshole.
you massive twat that you think I'm gonna. No, but seriously,
Son of a
no,
bitch.
me and Michael are we're good friends.
Yeah, we're super close. I mean, you imagine like when you're super close with somebody, you're gonna like see each other a lot. You're gonna like butt heads on things, you know. And I just think like I'm just getting used to it. I'm getting better about it today.
That's all it is.
I've stopped saying like, so after anytime we'd have a disagreement, I'd be like, hey man, please don't abandon me.
And I feel like making it a joke like that kind of
helps.
gets it out in the open and it makes it
Yeah.
more of a tangible thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I just say it's replaced. I'm sorry. Hey, please don't abandon me.
You saying I'm sorry every time really was genuinely annoying me because then it's like God damn it, motherfucker! I'm not mad, but now I'm getting mad because you think I'm mad.
Yeah, because I do like I don't want to make people upset. I just want people to have an easy time, a good time.
Mhm.
You know. And anytime I feel like I'm inconveniencing somebody, I'm like, sorry, my bad. Oh, my bad. That's me. It's like, shut the fuck up. And you know what? I hate it when other people do it.
Yeah.
Is there a bullying link there? I mean, what do you think?
I think it.
Oh, for the observant
shit.
Bottle Up and Explode
Yeah.
listeners, you would know that Michael has a horrible childhood of bullying behind him.
And welcome to this week's segment of Michael Gets Bullied. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for asking that question, Brandon. Yeah, it does. It does because I think I have abandonment issues. Like I'm scared of like people like. Okay, so now people listen to me, like on stage, or you know, or I have some clout, if you will, being in entertainment. But, god damn it, son of a bitch. I'm definitely not to toot my horn here. I definitely had ugly duck syndrome, which was just like I looked dead in middle school. I have no better words to describe it. We'll put a picture up. Look at that. I look dead. Don't you agree? Look at that guy. We don't have a picture in front of us. I was just saying. But I'm saying I looked dead. I was like 85 pounds. I was 5'1", 5'2", and I had braces. And like I had the white like brackets on, so like, and those brackets were tanner than my skin. I mean, I was just
You were
like
that
dead
pale?
looking. I looked dead.
Well, because now you've got that like tan yellow
That
kind
olive.
of color.
Sure,
to
I probably eat normal food now and not just chicken fingers and macaroni and cheese.
Well, and your
'Cause
bout
I'm so
with
picky.
jaundice probably tended you
Exactly.
appropriately.
Exactly. Shut up, I had jaundice as a baby.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Really? Okay, so
Very
babies
common.
get jaundice?
Very common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was,
I did.
I thought it was
Actually,
just
real
alcoholic
talk.
60-year-olds.
Real talk.
God damn.
God damn.
Coming after y'all
So-
alcoholic grandparents.
So now, like, so now that I'm like real, like, so yeah, so I looked terrible when I was in middle school. I got bullied a lot, and then I started to like get comfortable with myself, and then people were like, "Oh man, when he's more confident and he's like funny, this guy's an all right guy." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I got to keep that up." But the second like I start like clashing with somebody, or like they start to see me get sad, I'm like, "Oh, I'm just kidding, man. I'm still that same cool guy. Don't leave me."
Okay, well, on that aspect of it, okay, you know, man, phrasing it that way, I guess I relate to it a lot. I was talking to my stoner friends about this a lot. You know, we were smoking a little bit of
The weed.
and I was talking to them about how so around them, I'm like funny entertainer dude, right? Much the same way I am during a show. But some days I'm not feeling like funny entertainer dude. And that's where I get this that's where I get this idea that we're kind of talking about, where we have like multiple what do you want to call them, personalities or like phases to us.
That's why, dude, I watched Misery Loves Comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And it talks about that, like that same thing of like having that same kind of personality, those separate personalities of like, oh, these are my entertainment friends. Oh, what did they say? They said, who was it? I think it was Mike Birbiglia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it was Scott Aukerman. Was it Scott Aukerman? Oh, love Scott Aukerman. Comedy Bang Bang. Shout out. He was talking about like how he used to like try and be funny around people, and people were like, "You're trying to be funny. You're trying to be funny." And then the second he said, "Well, I do comedy," he goes, "Oh, I see that. Yeah, I guess you are funny."
Time to thank our sponsors.
Woo! Sponsor thanking time.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Le Chat Noir. Le Chat Noir is a black box theater here in downtown Augusta, just on the corner of 8th and Ellis, right off Broad Street. This theater has an attached lobby with a full-service bar that echoes a 19th century cabaret. Well, after one too many absents. Like its namesake, Le Chat Noir exists to produce and present entertainment to the CSRA that was previously not being offered.
And Michael, is there possibly a website that I could go to get more information about Le
I
Chat
was
Noir?
literally about to say that, Bryson. It's lcnaugusta.com, lcnaugusta.com. You can find information on tickets. You can also find merch. You can find content on past productions. But most importantly, you can find our tickets to First Friday XTG Schrodinger's Cat. lcnaugusta.com. Go to our website for more details.
So last week was my birthday, and I decided to kind of do a staycation because I can't go anywhere. We're busy with lots of stuff going on, lots of recording, lots of live shows we're getting ready to do, safely, of course. So I decided to do a staycation for my birthday, just kind of get away from everybody. So I stayed at this fancy hotel, will not say its name, and I decided to stay on the club level suite, okay? And I have stayed at this particular hotel before, and on the club level suite, it has wonderful accommodations. Can I tell you about these accommodations, Bryson?
Of course you can.
Accommodations include free breakfast, already a winner, a free dinner every night with like a spread, like a cheeses,
Like with a butt spread.
like a butt spread. Like a spread cheeks kind of thing.
I'll spread my butt
cheek
cheeks as
spread,
Mike
if you will.
Honcho.
Spread butt cheeks under the name Mike Concho. No, so like a spread of like desserts and like other snacks and appetizers, and 24/7 access to beverages, sodas, waters, teas, coffee. And I'm like, oh, treat myself. Whole 3 days there, whole weekend there. And I get up to the 5th floor. And no, it's extra. It is extra to stay in the suite. I get up to the 5th floor, and it's empty. It's all fucking gone. The drinks are gone. The snacks are gone. The food is gone. Nothing. They're not doing breakfast. The restaurant downstairs isn't even fucking open. And I'm just thinking,
Oh, so you just got all around just fucked over.
I just got all around fucked over. Now I'm on the 5th floor at the end of the hallway, and no longer is this a convenience. And now it's like, God, I gotta go all the way upstairs and all the way down the fucking hall for no reason anymore.
But did they make it right, or was it just bad customer?
No, they did not make it right.
That's a bad customer service, man.
They did not tell me, like, hey, by the way, you should probably know. They didn't ask if I wanted to move closer down the hallway, which I was like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm at the end of the hallway. People won't fuck with me. That's cool.
I don't know, man.
But maybe they should have mentioned, BT Dubs.
Bad customer service, just saying.
BT Dubs, no sodas, no food, no breakfast. You should probably just pay $80 instead of $100 or $100-something a night and just stay closer to the pool. That did not happen. Poor customer service. And you know what, man? We both worked in customer service before. I do my goddamn best to make people happy, to do my best to help people. But sometimes people they just fuck you, man. They just fuck you.
bro. Jesus.
So you've worked in customer service before, right? Like, I've worked in restaurants and other kinds of customer service. You've worked in a restaurant.
I've worked in a restaurant and I work at like a fabric facility now. So I don't do a lot of working with customers at my current job.
Okay.
But
you have.
Yeah, so I mean my last job was I worked at a restaurant, local pizza place, and I worked in the kitchen. And so we didn't do a lot of directly dealing with customers, but when we did, it usually fucking sucked cock. Like, usually if the customer makes it to talking to the kitchen, it's probably already an out of hand situation to begin with. Like,
if they open those doors, it's like, well, fuck.
Yeah. Well, we didn't even have doors because I don't know at local unnamed pizza place. It's like an open kitchen, so you see the people, as most pizza places do, because they like to be able to watch you throw the pizza and shit. So, and shit, the pizza and the shit.
They used to watch us Italians. Really? Look at sweetie. Look at the little Italian throw the pizza.
Look at him.
Look at him.
He loves it.
He loves it. Look at that little Italian.
It's like that Chappelle joke about him eating chicken. He's like, look at him. He loves it. Just like they said in National Geographic. But so I have this one story where. So the customer wasn't even mad at me. I just witnessed this shit happen. So I'm like at Expo / we were like understaffed. So I'm working like Expo and I'm like working
for listeners, Expo is somebody that kind of just organizes the food,
sends it out,
make sure it's right.
So I'm like doing that, but it's not like super busy. I'm doing that and like making food at the same time, but I'm doing my thing. And there's been this subplot. So I know if you work in restaurants or really if you do anything, you'll kind of notice little side stories developing through the night, right?
Right.
So through the night, there had been this subplot of this waitress or this female server continuously fucking up this table's pizza order. She had already like fucked it up twice, so they had gotten 2 incorrect pizzas made for them, and we're on to pizza number 3, right?
That's never a good situation.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Pizza 3?
Pizza 3. Because, so let me tell you, here's how pedantic of a situation it was. So the person that ordered a certain like specialty type of pizza we had that comes with like pepperoni, beef, and a bunch of vegetables. And they wanted everything on it, but on half of it they wanted mushrooms, and on the other half they wanted no mushrooms.
Sure.
Right? Okay. Totally
Mushrooms is a game changer on a pizza.
Totally, yes.
Like it's
totally
like
reasonable.
Like if somebody told me it's like, oh, what's on the pizza? It's got this, that, this, and then they're like mushrooms. Like, no thanks. It's not easily pick offable.
Yeah.
If you will. That's the point I'm trying to make.
So they wanted half mushrooms and half no mush, and then on half of the pizza, so she rings it back, and she incorrectly rings it back as them wanting half of it extra mush and half of it regular mush.
Oh, terrible.
So already pizza 1 is done, and then she rings it back as the half was not a thing at all. They just wanted a normal one with normal mush. So now they're on to pizza 2 is now fucked up. So now at this point, homeboy, this huge, we're from Augusta, Georgia, so we live in the South. This huge fucking 6'3" or 4" yoked redneck comes storming up to the window. He's like, God damn it, where's my fucking pizza? I want to speak to your manager. And he's like pointing at my coworker, my friend. He's like pointing right in his face, like over the barrier. And my coworker's just sitting there like, what the fuck, bro? I was just making the pizzas. What is your fucking issue right now? He's finger in the face. Give me my pizza. And the fucking manager comes over, and basically, once all the detective work got done, it all came out at the end of the day that as it always is, it was always the server's fault. I'm a firm believer in that as a kitchen worker, that it's 90% of the time the server's fault.
I don't know. I don't know. Some of those line workers are high as fuck sometimes.
We
They'll
do
be
be
like,
hi- we do
I
be
look
high
at
as
him,
fuck.
I'll be like, dude, I need cheese on this burger, please. And I'll hand it back to him. Hand it back. I'm like, dude, you just put more pickles on this. I said fucking cheese. I said cheese, and you're trying to be nice about it. But they finally, like, at said burger joint I work at, they finally let this one guy go. And he was fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. He worked in the kitchen. And he was like, hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, dude? And you just be high as shit. And I'd be like, hey, man. And I didn't want to, I'm like, hey, I like to get high too, but not while I'm working a busy fucking job. Good grief. I can't just walk around and be high like that. And it's like, you're a line cook. Like, or no, he was the fry cook. So he was like, he had to do all the fucking sides. And when you're a burger joint, you do a lot of goddamn sides.
Yeah.
You do a ton of sides. I was just like, all right, man, I'm going to need 5 fries. And he's like, all right, man. All right. So how many onion rings you need? I was like, dude, 5 fries. Just 5 fries. Goddamn. I didn't say onion rings once. It drives me nuts. But you know what? I used to work for Disney, which was a magical time in my life, if you will. Magical. And I loved it. I really loved working for Disney. I would do it again. But some of the people, okay, so I worked on Thanksgiving, and let me tell you something. Guests were incredibly thankful. They were like, God, thank you so much. Thank you. Very similar to this quarantine situation. They were like, once quarantine, like at the beginning, they were like, thank you so much for working. You're doing so great. Thank you. I'm going to tip you some extra money. Thank you so much. And then soon as that next day hit, the day after Thanksgiving, they were like, fuck you.
Well, cause
You
then
suck.
Then it's Black Friday. It's time to fucking go. Then.
It's Disney World. It's like, there aren't Black Friday sales at Disney
There's
World.
no Black Friday sales at Disney World?
I don't think
That
so.
just seems fucking lame. Seems like there should be.
I mean, you're at Disney World. Like, either you go shopping or you go to Disney World. I think you made your choice.
Yeah, that's expensive, bro.
Yeah.
I've never been. I know.
Wait, so you've never been to a Disney park ever?
No, I've been to. Just, I was about to say something like it that I've been to, but I've never even been to. I've been to the fair. That's the closest I've gotten to Disney.
Okay, so let me tell you, it's nothing like Disney.
Okay.
How dare you even mention a fair
I
in my
haven't even
presence?
been to fucking Six Flags or Carowinds or anything. I mean, I've
Even those places, they're good. They're great. They're theme parks. But let me tell you something. Disney World ruined fireworks for me. I can't ever like watch a nice family 4th of July fireworks, and I'm like, I mean, it's alright, I guess. But those are some of the best and worst customer service experiences I've ever had in my life. The best one being like, you know, a kid would make a wish, show them around Star Wars, and you know, introduce them to characters and stuff. That's amazing.
You mean like okay, so like Make a Wish, like a kid with cancer? Okay.
I thought kids of my choice.
I know. I thought Disney. I thought the way you phrased it. I thought Disney had
Make a wish, child.
Yeah, like
whatever you're like.
just every day. It's like, all right,
Well, I
Michael,
get to
go
choose.
up to some kid and be like,
Well, no,
what's
no,
your
no.
wish?
Well, no, like, well, there are actually those are called magical moments, but they're not like that.
You
where
even
it's
have
like,
you even have being nice to kids trademarked. Oh, it's disgusting. I hate it.
shut up.
They
No.
trademark being nice to people.
There's something called so there were rotations at our position, so we were all trained on every position of our job, so that we could rotate out, which is really cool. It's very like keeps people like happy, you know, moving around, not doing the same thing all day.
Fucking brainwashed so you don't see how bad Disney's fucking you in the ass. That's what it does. Keeps you complicit at your job. It's like when
God damn it.
It's like when your boss walks over to you. He's like, "Hey man, you've been working real hard. Take an extra 10 on your break." He's just trying to keep your dopamine levels high enough so that you don't really see how you're getting fucked. That's what he's
Yeah,
doing.
don't give up the tricks, man. Come
That's
on, buddy.
not true.
Don't-
That's exactly what's happening.
That's right from the playbook, man.
So during our rotations, sometimes before we hopped back into rotation, we would do something called magical moment. So it says, take 10 minutes to make a magical moment happen for a guest. And I thought it was like so cool. Like you could do anything. Most of the time, I would just hang out in the break room for 15 minutes. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I would not. I would go out of my way to do something.
So what was like a magical moment? Like what's some shit you would do?
Okay. So I would go out to the front of the attraction that I worked at. And I would, and this sounds fucked up, I would wait to see if there were any kids that were too short to get on the ride. And cheer and say, ha ha!
Aha, you fucking, you little short little bastard.
You short little bastard. No, I would wait, and then I would wait to see if there were any kids that were too short to get on the ride, and then I would be like, hey, would you like to take a walk around the spaceport? And, you know, if we can get permission, sometimes we would get like a manager to guide the kid up through the ramp, and like we'd show them our spaceport, and like, we know you can't ride, but here's a Star Speeder pass so that you can ride when you're bigger. It's a fast pass for you and your whole family. So next time you come back to Star Tours, you can ride with them. And, you know, they'd be so happy about it, and they felt like so special. And sometimes if we timed it out right, a lot of the characters would walk up as we were coming up the ramp because there's a show directly next to it. So sometimes they would like walk up to each other, and it would just be a cool moment.
So is that how it is when you work there? Like you have to be on, I feel like when you work there, you've got to be on like 24/7 hot alert to do some sweet shit like that. Like, is that how it is?
I mean, you know, it gets you through shitty customers because there's a lot more shit than there is good stuff. But it makes those good moments so much better. But, like, with those good moments, there are, like, 100 fucking terrible moments. There's this one time I was working at another attraction I was cross-trained at called, it was a Frozen show. So I worked at Star Tours, and I worked at the Frozen show. And it was only supposed to be for the summer. It was only supposed to be a summer thing. And then it was so successful, it ended up being a permanent attraction, which is cool because I was on the opening team. Anyway, we're getting to the last show of the night. It's the last 5 minutes of the show. And a guy runs up to me. He's like, hey, please, my daughter, she wants to watch the Frozen show. We go inside. And I was like, I'm not good with accents. Accent ambiguous. So anyway.
Hello,
hello,
Nico. You want to go bowling with my daughter?
Look at this box again. Please, let's see out the
Please,
box.
me and my daughter have been waiting in line all day.
Oh, God. Hold
I'm
on.
still alive in the
God damn it. Hold on. I'll be right back, Bryson.
Oh, God, no, please, not again, no.
I shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Do it! Shut up!
These motherfuckers.
I believe his exit was Uzbeki.
Yeah! Oh! I'm going upstairs to finish the party of the Bryson! You shut up!
Michael, what was that, dude?
Oh, no. The TV.
Oh, okay.
Downstairs.
That
I had
damn
to turn
TV.
it down. You know.
So anyway, about this ethnically ambiguous guy.
Ethically ambiguous guy. So he's like, please, I'd like to go watch Frozen show. And I was like, I'm so sorry, sir. It's the last 5 minutes of the show. Guests are about to, like, pile out. I mean, there were about 1,800 guests piled in there. And I'm like, they're about to come out right now. You know, I just don't, I can't really let you in. And he's like, please, my daughter, she loves Frozen. And she's just, like, looking off into nowhere. And I'm like, she's, like, not into this.
She doesn't give a fuck about
She
Frozen.
doesn't give a fuck about Frozen. And I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. Unfortunately, there's nothing I do. We do have a full 12 shows tomorrow that you can come back and watch. And he's like, we missed the shows yesterday. And in my mind, I'm thinking, like, well, why the fuck you learn your lesson yesterday then? Like, same thing as yesterday. You have to come here, do the same thing. And then he just... And I'm like, I'm so sorry, sir. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. There are other attractions that are open. And then he's like, you know what? And he just kind of like, grabs his mouth like he's trying to hold back tears. And then I'm like, oh no. I've broken up with enough people to know this person's about to start crying. Sorry, I've been broken up with enough times to know
that I'm about to start crying.
I don't...
I can already tell this guy's about to make me cry.
This guy's about to make me sob. And he's like, you know what? When I was a little boy, And I was like, oh no. When I was a little boy, I used to watch Walt Disney on the TV screen. He used to come on screen. He'd say, I make dreams come true. Tinker Bell come fly by. Make dreams come true. Points his finger in my face. You'll know make dreams come true. You'll know make dreams come true. And he just storms off, and I'm just like planted.
He's
like
totally fucking with you.
No. Genuine tears out of his eyes.
I can't believe that.
I couldn't either, but he ended up he tried to complain to the managers and stuff, but they were like, "Come on, man,
fuck,
trying to get some free
exactly.
stuff.
Fuck that guy." Yeah.
Disney's that kind of company that's like if you're gonna go, then okay, like we'll take our business elsewhere. It's like, all right.
We'll see.
But they do everything to accommodate. Let me say that they will do everything to accommodate you, but they do have their limits.
Well, I mean, yeah, because like I don't know. In my mind, maybe that's why I don't run successful businesses because I'm not good at customer service. But in my mind, it's like, all right, fuckface, we got 12 shows. I'm sure you can look online or ask any motherfucker in this park, and he will direct you to when those shows are. Right? You should know when those shows are. And then if you missed them all yesterday, you should have found out when they were today. So if you missed the fucking shows, that's your own goddamn fault. Get the fuck out of my park.
I can tell you've never been to Disney World.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Today's episode of Bottle Up and Explode is brought to you by the Alley Downtown Tap Room. The Alley Downtown Tap Room is the #1 place for craft beer. They have 48 taps with a variety of beer, ciders, wine, kombuchas, sodas, and coffee. Pay by the ounce or pay by the pint. Now, like a lot of businesses, the Alley Downtown Tap Room is going through a real tricky time right now. So their hours are limited right now. So check their website out for that. You can also check their website for to purchase a gift card, beer, or merch. You can find that information on the alleydowntowntaproom.com. Again, that's the alleydowntowntaproom.com.
Now, Michael, is there some sort of VIP text list I could get involved with to get more information?
Absolutely, Bryson. You can sign up for the VIP text list by texting BHOPPY, BEHOPPY, BHOPPY to 31996. Again, that's text BHOPPY to 31996.
So I don't get the hype around Disney. Okay, so everyone's been super hype on Disney Plus because it came out earlier this year.
Yeah,
right?
It's awesome.
Yeah, and I don't give a single fuck about it.
I don't give a single fuck about you right now. Please don't abandon me.
I'm gonna abandon you. No, but like, okay, so I guess the problem is that I feel like your love and most people's love for Disney comes from nostalgia, right? Mostly, right? I mean, and they put out some quality products. I'm not saying they don't. They put out good movies. They put out good shows and general media.
They do.
But I feel like most of it is tied to this like Disney in your mind, right? And I guess I just don't have that. I don't give a shit.
I mean, it's
That's because you never went as a child.
But you also didn't watch Disney movies growing up.
That's faulty. I was gonna say that's faulty logic because neither did Michael, and then he had this raging boner to go when he turned 19.
But my parents also low-grade tortured me with Disney. They got me so we were supposed to go, like, my parents always were like, we're gonna go, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get a vacation planning VHS. And they got it. It's the 2001, the 2001 vacation planning VHS, right? I watched that thing for 15 years.
Michael, that is worse than any bullying story you told last week.
No, it was not. It was a long time I watched that video. How familiar am I with the video? I could sing the theme song from the video. And when I was in my Disney class when I worked there, they played this video with this song, and I'm the only one out of 80 people in this class, and I'm just like, put your hands on the future.
Can we get a clip of this
put
song?
your dreams together around the world. For the voice from every country, a place from every land. Celebrate the future, hand in hand. Celebrate the future, hand in hand. Every word, every goddamn note.
All right, well, unpause it if you're gonna go to rant.
No, I did. It's on pause now.
Okay.
And you just ruined that. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you. Don't. Please don't abandon me.
All right, well then, all right, do it again. Get excited.
No, I don't want to do it again. It was perfect the way it was.
We can just kind of. I told you. Ah, yeah! I told you.
Fucking jackass.
Same keys, same notes. So my parents tortured me. I just confirmed they tortured me with this video. They never took me. I watched it over and over and over again. I obsessed about Disney. So no, I did not go, but I might as well have gone because I watched that video so many times. I was like, I know exactly where everything is in the parks.
Yeah.
If this were the year 2001. Anything after that, I'm not entirely sure of the updates.
I'm not quite. They didn't release the videotapes yearly, or else I probably would have been watching them.
I heard this Expedition Everest thing is going to be opening up soon, but I don't know about that. No, but it's oh man, fuck, it's awesome overall. Like the parks, the shows. Going in as an adult is better than like obsessing about it as a child. 100% of the time.
God damn.
100% of the time.
I don't know. Like I said, I guess the issue is that I just don't have any particular tie to any sort of like Disney media. Like obviously there's
Yeah, you
Disney
didn't watch
movies.
the movie.
All right, now hang on. Disney media, that means Star Wars or Marvel.
I also don't give a fuck about those.
No shit.
Kidding. What? I knew you didn't like care for Disney stuff. I didn't know you didn't care for Star Wars or Marvel products.
All three of those things can all just
Eat a bunch of dicks.
Fuck off. All
Sure.
of them, yeah.
All right.
I know that's a hard line to draw in the sand right now, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. So let me preemptively defend myself. Disney, I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of Disney stuff. I'll be completely fair, and honestly, with all three of these, if you want to call them, categories or franchises or whatever the best way. I mean, they're all owned by the same people now, but these three things. I don't have any particular nostalgic tie to any of them from when I was younger. And once again, I feel like that's where a lot of it comes from. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it comes from your nostalgia and liking it as a kid.
It's true.
So I don't have any particular link to any of these. So I just don't give a shit. I've seen 4 movies out of the MCU, and I only saw them because so I saw Guardians of the Galaxy.
Great film.
Which is good, yeah. I saw Avengers 1, I saw Infinity War, and I saw Spider-Man. And the only reason I watched Spider-Man is just because I fucking like Spider-Man. And didn't watch a whole ass ton of Disney movies growing up. I mean, I watched all the normal ones. Lion King.
You're
The Fox and the Hound. I did watch the shit out of that.
I'm not going to cry through that one
Love
again.
The Fox and the Hound. And what was the last thing you said? Star Wars? Oh, yeah. I've seen the original trilogy, which is, by all measures, the best ones. And I didn't like it, so I'm just going to assume I probably wouldn't like the rest of it. So
We need to insert a sound effect of Darth Vader saying something
This is our second and last episode.
disappointing.
I don't know, man. It's not I don't know. It's like a goofy action franchise. And I don't care for that. Brandon is fuming right now. Please, to all of our listeners, please comment down below or berate me on social media about how Star Wars is not a goofy action franchise, but it is.
And if you live local, Bryson lives in...
And if you live local, I live at 40.
Yep, that's it. Oh, dude, that's unbelievable. I think you should sleep on that. We'll come back
I
next
think I
episode.
should sleep on that. All right, how about this? We'll give me an assignment.
How old were you when you watched them? How long ago was this?
Star Wars?
Yeah.
So I saw A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. I watched all 3 of them when I was maybe, I'm going to say somewhere between 12 and 14.
Oh, come on. Yeah,
Somewhere
we're
between that.
You should probably give him a rewatch.
Well, it didn't get me young enough. Well, no, okay, so that's what I was gonna say. I watched them initially, and then I watched Empire Strikes Back and A New Hope, probably within the last 3-4 years.
You still didn't like them?
Still didn't like them.
All right. It's not for everybody. It's not everybody's cup of tea.
I just,
Yeah. Bryson's also in that phase of his life where he hates all the mainstream shit.
I do. My
Oh.
friends like to talk shit on me about that, but yeah, I do. I try not to be because I know it's not a good thing to be, but I am definitely that guy that just fucking hates shit that everybody likes.
Oh, man, what a good talk tonight.
Yeah, man, it's been a good night.
We really talked about some real important things. A lot of stuff going on. But it's nice to be able to sit across from you and talk to you. And in a simulated way like this.
In a simulator. We're actually sitting across from one another talking right now, right? In reality.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
I can reach out and touch you, Michael.
Don't do it.
Get your fucking hands off me, you filthy fucking... I'm not gonna... Ooh.
You almost called me a wop. You almost called me a wop. I saw that W in your mouth. You racist piece of shit.
Oh, Jesus.
For our listeners at home, I am Italian. Italian Irish, mostly Italian.
So, Michael, what are your takeaways for the night, if you had to have some?
My takeaways that are that you're a 16-year-old boy that hates mainstream things.
Facts.
And next week you're gonna tell me that you hate the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, and that you're more of an underground kind of guy.
Yeah, I like the Who a little bit.
No, you don't like the Who. You're more of the what kind of guy.
The what? Jesus Christ.
Oh, you've never heard of the what? Nah, I didn't expect you to.
Ooh, man. I like I said, I try not to be, but I definitely am that guy.
But you are. It's so hard. It's okay.
I try so hard not to be.
Please don't abandon me.
Some of my I'm definitely gonna ban you. Some of my takeaways I have to say are that I'm glad the ball's rolling on stuff with Schödingers and with our podcast again. I'm glad we're creating. I'm glad we're out here producing things. Glad people are listening. I'm looking on YouTube and on social media in general right now because we just posted. Right now we're recording this literally like an hour after we posted episode 1. So
Lots of hate mail so far.
Lots of angry comments. Not sure how I feel about that, but no.
They were like, "Wow, I was not aware how racist Bryson was."
No, they'll find that out in this episode. I actually didn't say anything racist.
That's right.
Last episode.
I said something racist. I'm the racist one from last
Yeah.
episode. You're racist in this one.
So I'm happy we got the ball rolling. I'm happy that you're finally understanding not to fuck with me too much, or else we're gonna have some huge fucking issues. I'm told.
And if you fuck with me too many times, I will abandon you.
Abandon you, yes. And Star Wars sucks. Don't watch Star Wars.
We'd like to
Don't watch it. Don't read it. Don't play it. Don't involve yourself with it.
don't listen to that. But do in fact listen to our show in general, and we'd like to take the time to thank our editor and friend, Mr. Brandon Birding.
Mr. Brandon Birding.
Thanks, Brandon.
Always a pleasure. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, Bryson.
Is that all we had to say, Michael?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Bottle Up and Explode with Bryson and Michael. This has been episode 2 of hopefully many, many episodes. I've been Bryson.
I've been Michael.
We'll talk to you guys real soon.